In 1987, Tom Selleck got married using a fake name. The minister didn't even know who he really was. They forgot the marriage license and had a race to get it before dinner. But that secret wedding was just the beginning. A water-stealing problem, a helicopter death while filming, and a son who got addicted to drugs. By 2025, Tom said on live TV he might lose everything. This is the story of a man who had it all and watched it fall apart. Tom Selleck was born on January 29, 1945 in Detroit. His mother, Martha, stayed home to take care of the family, and his father, Robert, worked buying and selling houses. During that time, Robert was also working in the Army, working on B-29 bombers during World War II. Tom was the second child. His older brother, Bob, had been born a year earlier in 1944, and later two more brothers and sisters came, Martha and Daniel. In 1948, when Tom was just 3 years old, his father made a big decision. He left Detroit and moved the whole family to California. He had taken a job where he only got paid if he sold houses with Coldwell Banker in Los Angeles. That meant no regular paycheck, no money you could count on. It was a huge risk. They moved to Sherman Oaks, a place that was still mostly farms at the time. By 1960, he was making $70,000 a year in sales money, which was close to what the president earned. Tom grew very tall, reaching 6 feet 4 inches. Even as a kid, he was the tallest in every classroom. He felt awkward and different, and it made school tough at times, but slowly he began turning that height into something good. He joined the basketball team at Grant High School and became a really good player. He also played baseball. When Tom was 17, something happened that could have killed him. He was riding in a car with two friends going down the dangerous curves of Mulholland Drive. The car lost control, flew into the air, and crashed. It was his mother's red Chevy Corvette. The accident was so bad, it became the opening story in his 2024 book called You Never Know. They survived, but it changed Tom forever. He never forgot how close he came to dying. His family struggled with money, so Tom worked. During high school, he got a part-time job at a clothing store. He kept working there even after he started acting classes. He dreamed of going to USC, but they didn't give him a scholarship at first. He turned down a full basketball scholarship to Montana State just because he wanted USC so badly. In 1965, he finally got into USC. He played for the basketball team, but only scored 4 points in 7 games. The next season, he scored 0 in 3 games. His sports dreams died fast. His fraternity friends pushed him into going on the dating game in 1965 and again in 1967. He lost both times. It was embarrassing, but that embarrassment somehow opened a door. A casting agent saw him and gave him a chance to try out for a Pepsi commercial. He got the part. All he had to do was dunk a basketball on camera. He drank so much Pepsi during the filming he got sick. But the $1,000 from that ad led directly to his offer from 20th Century Fox. Then the Vietnam War changed everything. In 1967, Tom got his draft notice. Instead of going to war, he joined the California National Guard's 160th Infantry. He served for 6 years from 1967 to 1973. He became a sergeant and later became a second lieutenant. While he served, Fox dropped him. He kept his uniform in the trunk of his car, ready to leave any time, even during auditions. When he went back to acting, he trained at the Beverly Hills Playhouse under Milton Katselas. It was intense. Katselas was a tough teacher. Some said it felt more like a cult than a classroom. The students had to stand and clap whenever he walked in. He shouted, he pressured. He told actors to pull their own hair out to feel rage. Some called him mean. Others called him brilliant. But Tom stuck with it. To make money during college, Tom modeled for Salem cigarettes. His tall body and clean looks were perfect for ads. But later when he became famous with Magnum PI, those old ads came back to haunt him. Reporters asked him why he had helped sell smoking. He hated those questions. For years, he had to accept small parts just to stay in the game. From 1974 to 1979, he appeared in 6 episodes of The Rockford Files. He played Lance White, a detective. Behind the scenes, he fought with the star, James Garner. Tom wanted his character to feel real. Garner wanted Lance to be silly, more of a joke. They argued about lines, tone, and direction. In 1972, he took a role in a cheap horror movie called Daughters of Satan. It was filmed in the Philippines. The set was dangerous. There was a fire scene where the special effects failed. Real flames came too close. Tom got minor burns. His hair was burned. The studio covered it up. Tom was scared, but had no choice but to keep going. In 1976, Charlie's Angels gave him a brief chance. He played a boyfriend character, but after just one episode, he was fired. Leonard Goldberg said Tom's height made the Angels look too small. The show went on to become a hit. Tom went back to doing commercials. He was so broke that he only had one suit and wore it to every audition. Tom Selleck almost walked away from the role that made him a star. When he first read the original script for Magnum P.I., he hated it. The first draft made Magnum a cartoon version of James Bond. He had a house on seaside cliffs, a mean dog, and even a hang glider with machine guns. Selleck told the producers, "I don't want to play what I look like." He had done 6 failed pilot shows before. This one felt like his last chance. He told Donald Belisario, "I want a character with humor, not just action." Belisario listened. He rewrote the whole thing after filming had already started. The change delayed production and made CBS nervous, but it saved the show and Selleck's career. In 1984, while he was still married to Jacqueline Ray, Tom met a woman who changed everything. Her name was Gilly Mack, a British actress dancing in the West End version of Cats. Tom became obsessed with the show. He kept going back again and again. His co-star Jane Seymour thought it was strange. At the time, tabloids went wild. Rumors of an affair spread. Gilly didn't even know who Tom was. Her TV had been stolen 3 months earlier. She had never seen Magnum P.I. In 1982, Tom divorced Jacqueline, but people never stopped asking if Gilly had been part of the reason. Back in 1980, just before Magnum truly took off, Tom came painfully close to playing Indiana Jones. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas had chosen him. They loved his chemistry with Sean Young in the audition. But there was a problem. Tom had already signed with CBS. Bob Daly at CBS was firm. No movie. Then the irony hit. A Screen Actors Guild strike in 1980 stopped Magnum filming for 6 months. That was the exact time he could have filmed Raiders of the Lost Arkansas. Instead, Tom waited. That same year, tragedy happened on set. A helicopter crash during filming took the life of 33-year-old camera operator Robert Vanderkar. The pilot, Robert Sanders, survived but was badly injured. They had been filming a regular ocean scene off the coast of Oahu. When the chopper went down, Sanders dove again and again trying to save Vanderkar. He never made it out. Tom was crushed. He demanded change. He fought with Universal Studios over safety. He asked for more coordinators, backup helicopters, and proper briefings. Studios said it cost too much. Tom said, "It's lives we're talking about." His stand eventually forced changes across the industry. By the time the show ended on May 1st, 1988, over 50 million people watched the final episode, but behind the scenes, it was a war. CBS wanted to cancel early. They tried to kill Magnum in season 7. He was shot, slipped into a coma, and the last shot showed him walking toward the light. But fans were furious. CBS had to bring him back for season 8. It cost them millions. The budget had grown to $1.2 million per episode. Tom didn't just act in Magnum. He protected it. In 1987, Tom starred in 3 Men and a Baby. It made $167 million. But something strange happened. In one scene, people noticed a figure behind the curtains, a boy standing still. Rumors started that the apartment was haunted. Some said a boy had died there. Years later, Tom explained it on The Tonight Show. It was a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson left over from a deleted scene. The movie was filmed on a soundstage in Toronto, not in a real apartment. When Batman came around in 1989, Tom was again on the list. So were Mel Gibson, Kevin Costner, and even Charlie Sheen. Michael Keaton got it. Fans hated that choice at first. 50,000 protest letters flooded Warner Brothers, but the movie made $411 million. Tom turned it down because comic book movies weren't big back then, and he was still tied to Magnum. Later, he admitted he regretted it. In 1992, Mr. Baseball came out. Tom played a fading Yankees star sent to Japan. The movie showed culture clashes between American and Japanese baseball. Tom trained hard, and the movie became a teaching tool for real players heading to Japan. But the box office was weak. Then came In and Out in 1997. Tom kissed Kevin Kline on screen for 12 full seconds. That one moment shocked his fans. He had been on the NRA board and had donated to conservative campaigns. People asked if the role clashed with his views. He said, "I make faces in front of camera. That doesn't make me Solomon." The kiss stirred headlines, but it also opened doors for more LGBTQ plus roles in mainstream films. From 1995 to 2000, Tom showed up in 10 episodes of Friends as Monica's older boyfriend. On set, he had trouble with Chandler's sarcastic tone. He kept asking Matthew Perry for help. When Tom's character joked about Perry's mustache, the cast burst out laughing. From 2010 to 2024, Tom played Frank Reagan in Blue Bloods. He was the highest paid actor, earning $200,000 per episode. But in 2023, CBS asked the cast to take a 25% pay cut to save the show. Tom agreed. He lost $1.2 million. Still, the show was canceled. The finale aired on December 13th, 2024. He read a poem. Cast and crew cried, but CBS didn't budge. Tom Selleck got married in 1971 to Jacqueline Ray, a model who stood by him when nobody knew his name. She supported him through his hardest years when acting jobs were rare and money was tight. For more than 10 years, she believed in him. But when he became famous in the early 1980s through Magnum P.I., something changed. Fame hit fast, and so did temptations. Their 1982 divorce gave her just 3 years of support, a car, and a house. That was it. Just 5 years later, in 1987, Tom married again, this time in secret. He had been obsessed with a 25-year-old British dancer named Gilly Mack since 1983. When they finally got married at Lake Tahoe on August 7th, 1987, they used fake names. Tom became Tom Jenkins, and Gilly used Susie Mark. Even the minister was tricked until the last minute. They forgot the marriage license and had to send someone racing to Reno to fix it before dinner. In 1988, their daughter Hannah was born on Tom's 63-acre avocado ranch in Ventura County. At first, it seemed like a dream life. But later, Tom admitted that the ranch's isolation made things harder. Hannah spent many of her early years alone, surrounded by animals instead of friends. 13 dogs, cattle, sheep, rabbits, horses. It was a quiet life and sometimes a lonely one. Tom also adopted Jacqueline's son, Kevin, in 1987 when Kevin was 21. But Kevin's life wasn't easy either. He started drinking heavily in his 20s. Tom had to get him into rehab at the Betty Ford Center. Even after that,